Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, and I've been an avid tent camper now for 55 years. In this video, I want to describe several common camp kitchen chores and then present the 5 knives that I believe are the best choices in 2023 for performing these camp kitchen chores. Hope you enjoy this video. First, let me describe how we typically use our camp kitchen knife. We eat a lot of onions, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, and garlic. And as a result, we have to chop these items up at least once a day during our trip. We'll also eat some fried or stewed potatoes once or twice during a trip. In the summer, we'll cut a lot of tomatoes for our sandwiches and for our soups and stews. And I like to snack on raw carrot sticks, celery, cucumbers, and radishes. We frequently cut up a head of cabbage and use it either to make fried cabbage or coleslaw. And we frequently like to cut up a cantaloupe or watermelon or a pineapple for some fruit. For our late afternoon meal, we'll frequently cut a steak or a roast or a whole chicken. And we frequently like to eat fresh baked bread. Over the past 55 years, I have tried several dozen different knives to cut these foods. Let me show you just a few that I have recently used. The best known kitchen knife is an 8-inch chef knife. If you search the web for kitchen knives, you'll find dozens of articles and videos extolling the virtues of these 8-inch chef knives. I have used several, but have never found one that I liked. They were all too big and too difficult to control. I had to be very careful to cut the food and not my fingers. Other large knives such as bread knives, fruit knives, butcher knives, and fillet knives are no better. They are all too big to control and too big to pack with other kitchen utensils. Paring knives, on the other hand, are way too small to cut many foods. About the only use I have found for them is to remove the leafy stems from strawberries. The best kitchen knife for food prep chores, in my opinion, is a steak knife with a 4 to 5 inch blade and a non-serrated edge. I avoid serrated edges because they will get dull, and when they do, they rip the food rather than cut it cleanly, and they're difficult to sharpen. Furthermore, a sharp, straight edge knife can easily cut any food you can imagine. My primary complaints about steak knives is that their blades sometimes are a little too thin and flexible, and their handles sometimes are not comfortable. Hunting and skinning knives have a nice size blade, a comfortable handle, and they come with a sheath. But their blades are usually too thick, and they have saber or Scandinavian grinds that make them poor slicers. At first, you feel resistance, but then when you apply a little more pressure, they quickly slice through the food at an uncontrolled angle. A few years back, I accidentally sliced off the tip of my finger when one of these knives took an angle back toward my hand. Sometimes you can find a custom-made knife that makes a good food prep knife, but usually their blades are too thick to make good slicers, and they frequently have carbon steel blades that require special care. As a general rule, folding knives are excellent food slicing knives, and I always carry either a Scout knife or a Swiss Army knife in my pocket. but they have several features that limit their usefulness as a camp kitchen knife. In particular, their small pivot pin makes them much weaker than a full-tang knife. They can accidentally close on your hand, causing personal injury. They must be cleaned with a brush after every use to remove food juices and particles from inside its crevices, especially around the pivot pin. And the pivot pin should be re-oiled occasionally, and this oil doesn't taste very good. After using several dozen knives over the last 55 years, I have come to the conclusion that the best kitchen knife, at least for me, is a full-tang German-style knife that has a thin 4 to 5 inch blade with a full hollow or flat grind and a nice belly. For more information about great camp kitchen knives and other camping gear, please visit my website, moderntentcamping.com. A link is provided in the discussion below. And while you're there, please check out my Amazon store page. So now, let me show you my top 5 camp kitchen knives for 2023. My top pick for a camp kitchen knife is the Dahl Strong Gladiator steak knife with a straight, non-serrated, Granton-style hollow edge blade. It slices through potatoes and other moisture-filled foods like butter. One knife only costs $25, but you can only buy them in a set of 4. So I put one in our camp kitchen, one in our home kitchen, and then gave the other 2 away as gifts. Furthermore, their steel is a little softer than some other knives and thus will require more frequent stropping or honing. My second choice is a custom-made River Traders French ball knife made by Dean Oliver. It's thin, flat ground blade with a wide heel and a full belly make it an outstanding food slicing knife. And it has a very comfortable handle. You can buy this knife with a nice sheath for about $70 from Knives of the North. The primary limitation of this knife is its carbon steel blade that requires special care to prevent rust. For more details about this knife, check out my YouTube video that I posted about 2.5 years ago. The Wusthof 4.5 multi-prep knife would also be a great camp kitchen knife. It has a thin, flat ground stainless steel blade with a nice belly and a very comfortable handle. Unfortunately, Wusthof discontinued this knife a few years back, and they're difficult to find. But sometimes you can find one on eBay for about $100, and that price does not include a sheath, so you'll have to make one. The Spyderco Bow River is a hunting and skinning knife that makes a very nice camp kitchen knife. Although its blade is a little thicker than my other top picks, the flat ground stainless steel blade and the full belly make it an excellent food slicing knife. My primary complaint of this knife is that the handle is a little small, but notice that the ricasso area is designed so that it can also be used as part of the handle. You can buy this knife from Amazon for about $50 and probably find it in many local knife shops. The last of my top 5 camp kitchen knives is the Opinel number 10 folding knife. It has a thin 4-inch stainless steel blade with a nice belly, and it makes a great food slicing knife. Furthermore, it is economically priced about $25, and it packs into a very small space. But it has the same limitations as other folding knives that I've already explained, and so I would not use it as my primary kitchen knife unless I had very limited packing space. For those that would like a smaller knife, the number 9 has a 3.5-inch blade, and the number 8 has a 3.25-inch blade. We pack a number 9 in our camp kitchen as a backup, and Ava likes to use it when slicing small vegetables. For more information about these Opinel knives, check out my video that I posted about 5 months ago. Well, I hope you found something of value in this video, and I hope that it will help you evaluate your current camp kitchen and help you decide what kinds of upgrades you may want to make sometime in the future. Thanks for watching.
Take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and spend less money. Go tent camping.